This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
4-year-old Rocco may not be so innocent sometimes. There are times where he's just sweet, but it doesn't sound like it in this clip right here.
Just looks like another told to me.
Just looks like another... Wait, hold on.
Just looks like another told to me.
Noodle?
Just looks like another... Hold on.
Is the last word noodle he's saying?
Just looks like another told to me.
Just looks like another bleep hole to me, I think is what he's saying
Yes,
there.
that is what he's saying. Bleep hole.
Bleep hole. Just looks like another...
Bleep hole?
Just looks like another bleep hole. Huh. Okay. What could Rocco be saying here, Megan? What do you think?
Donut.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to go fish.
Fish hole?
She's all aquatic over there. You always got shrimp going on.
What's a fish hole?
I mean, they're private parts, Kev.
Huh?
What? What are you talking about?
No, never mind.
Fish don't make holes.
There's fish have holes. There's fish that where do you think the poop comes from? There's holes in fish.
Okay.
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Welcome to Thursday. It is the KVJ Show. What is going on, everybody? Yeah.
Hello.
Here we go. Heading into the weekend. Looking at the forecast, too, for your weekend. Looks like it could be a wet one. Uh-oh. You got outdoor plans that might not bode well for you.
That's not good.
No, not at all, Virginia.
I got family in town. We're supposed to be sightseeing and taking
Yeah.
it all in.
Well, but you might have to think of some indoor plans, possibly. Yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like right now. There's some stuff starting to bubble up in the tropics, as they like to say. It's nothing that's going to be too crazy, but it does look like you're going to see some rainy weather Friday through Saturday night is what they're saying right now. So might be wet tomorrow night when we go debut that new BDIPA at Due South.
Well, it's indoors, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's part. What'd you guys do yesterday with the fam, Virginia? All like 12 of you.
We did rapids.
Okay.
And even some members of my family got brave enough to do the brain drain.
They did. Okay.
And right after, like, at least one family member had immediate regret because it was a little one and they got shook.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Look, do not underestimate the brain drain. That's the capsule that you go into, super, super high. You get in it, it's a single, like, capsule, and then the doors close, and then it goes 3, 2, 1, and the bottom drops out, and you just basically fall straight
Right.
up and down.
I can't remember, but me and Klepto from the snack pack were going up to a ride, and both of us are petrified of heights, and we got up there, and we had to turn around and walk back down. We never even made it to the brain drain because we were scared of the stairs.
Look, the brain drain is a tough ride. I don't know if it's for everybody.
It's not.
It's bold.
It's horrifying enough, yeah.
I
Just
rode
going
it
up
once.
the steps.
When it first opened, they were like, come try the brain drain. I'm like, how bad can it be? I'll get on this brain drain. Let me get up there. And I was like, whoa. I
Yeah.
was not okay for about 10 minutes.
It'll shake you.
Yeah,
It'll shake you.
I'm a lazy river man. That's where I like. Nothing bad happens in the lazy river.
That sounds like a 70s band.
Lazy River.
Lazy River Band. Sweet songs from the 70s. Well, we'll give you the rundown of some things to go on this weekend. We'll get to that. And coming up here in just about 30 minutes, got a big announcement. If you're a big Jonas Brothers fan, we've got not only tickets, but meet and greet passes to go to the show they've got in Miami next week. We'll tell you how to win that coming up just about 6:30.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jaybird?
Well, me and Dennys, we were out in the Palm Beach Gardens area around between 4:30 and 5:30, and we saw two what looked to be military-like drones flying over in the sky. Now, I don't know if they were military, but they didn't look like regular drones, and they were flying all by like the kind of west of the Gardens Mall, and I'm just wondering if anybody's seen them. And I know Panda's got a drone.
Yes.
Do you know the laws on all that? Are you allowed to fly drones over in a residential area? Because I've seen several videos of drones, regular people just filming government buildings, police getting mad at them, and then another police coming out and saying, sorry, they have the legal right to film government building even if it is a drone.
I don't know. I think there's laws and there's certain certifications you have to get because Panda had to go and get like certified by the FAA to fly at a certain height. But it's about height restrictions.
But if you're not going up to that height, are you allowed to is anybody allowed to float a drone around?
It's a great question.
Because I feel like
I think it's kind of lawless.
I feel like that too, and I'm seeing them. Are you guys seeing drones in the sky? I've seen them. I've seen them about 3 different times in the last year.
I'm not looking for them, but I mean, I'm sure if I was, I would.
And if there was military drones yesterday, I'd like to know what they're doing in Palm Beach Gardens. And if it's not military, it's probably some guy named Bob just floating around. But yeah, I'd like to know the rules on that. Because Dennys at one time, he swears that he saw a sheriff drone come up to him while he was on his balcony at his place. And I mean, the drone was pretty darn close to him. And he swears he saw the sheriff logo. So I don't know.
Which is horrifying.
That's horrifying, especially when you're on the balcony doing something, I don't know.
Like smoking pot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Didn't we
yes.
get calls on that saying they didn't do that or couldn't do that?
We got calls, but that doesn't always mean I think we got calls on both ends. People
We
said-
always get contradictory calls.
Yeah, I mean, Peace Train. He's not lying about it, and he knows what he saw.
And he wasn't that high.
No, he's not smoking crack.
Well, I think if they got you on something and it went to court, like you were brought up on charges, they saw and they had video of Dennys doing something illegal inside of his place, and they tried to bring him up on charges on that, it would never stick because it would be a legal search and seizure. You can't just make a video of somebody inside their house doing something with a sheriff's drone.
But he's outside, and I mean, do we even know the rules? Are the police allowed to go ahead and patrol the sky like they are? I mean, what's the difference between a drone flying by a window and a cop driving by your window and seeing you do
Well,
something
helicopter police, yeah. If they saw something illegal going on, I'm sure they could call that in and they could have somebody tend to it.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what they're using the drones for.
I don't know. We'll try it again.
Scary stuff, though.
Get your contradictory calls in right now, 877-979-WRMF.
Yeah, 2 questions. Do the sheriff have drones floating around? And B, can anybody fly a drone in a residential area with that height restriction?
I've seen Panda get shut down and have to move.
By the
'cause
cops?
There are areas you're not allowed to fly in.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
you have to have a permit to fly over like festivals and stuff where there's a lot of people and there's safety issues.
Yeah, if you just brought your drone out to a big festival and said, I'm going to take some great, then
You can't
yeah.
do that.
Right.
You have to have a permit and you have to be affiliated with the festival and they have to sign off on it. It's a whole thing.
Okay, I'm waiting for these contradictory calls because I know people are filming government buildings and the government gets all mad and then someone says, nope, you're allowed to get filmed, so I don't know.
They will have to call because our texting service is immobilized and not working.
Oh,
So
what
unless you call, I
happened?
won't hear from you. They just say they're doing maintenance. So I will not get any text, so we won't get that commentary.
That's rough.
There you go.
Rough.
Yeah. Virginia, what you got on your mind today?
Well, I guess a party happened at my house last night after I went to bed. We had a nice, lovely dinner. We had beers with dinner. And then my brother-in-law brought this bottle from Kentucky of this whiskey.
Oh,
This
nice.
Kentucky bourbon whiskey.
Just my game.
Oh, it was smooth. So we all had a little bit at the end of dinner. We were laughing and talking. And then, it's bedtime for me. So I'm like, good night, everybody. And I heard my brother-in-law say, wow, we drank a lot of that bottle. So we had basically between like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of us had like a little bit and drank half the bottle. And he was commenting as I was going to bed. He's like, man, yeah, we drank a lot. We drank half the bottle. So this morning when I go to leave, I see the bottle empty on the counter and all the beers in the trash can. I guess there was a rager after I went to bed and I missed it.
They just got kind of warmed up. How about
I'm so
that?
sad.
Led by Rocco.
I don't know if any children were involved. I hope not, but I feel like I missed the rager.
That's the one whiskey I never do. I'm a Jameson man, and I usually drink a lot of that. I want to try a different whiskey to see if it, what a difference it is.
It was smooth, and I don't usually drink that because I don't really like it. But the taste of it was, you could tell it was good stuff.
Yeah.
It was like elevated like taste and smoothness.
There's a Jameson that's like $20 more, and it claims to be smoother. I don't know if it is, but because they put it in a fancy bottle, I feel that it is.
And you can't drink it with something, I learned.
Yeah.
They told me last night, like, you're supposed to just drink it plain. No mixers.
Okay.
Because that's how you taste a true bourbon or whiskey or whatever.
You're right. They go great. Whiskey and Uncrustables are a great pairing, by the way.
Your whiskey and Uncrustables.
Peanut butter and jelly and bourbon.
I wanted to give a shout out a Dolphins great. It was on the 72 Dolphins, had passed away a couple days ago. Nick Buoniconti, he had dementia. He was 78 years old. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, 2 Super Bowl rings, one with the Dolphins, one with the Patriots. He's both in the Dolphins Ring of Honor and also the Patriots Hall of Fame. Had passed, but they talked about all the great stuff that he did, just even outside of that, working with the Miami Project to cure paralysis. He had a son that was paralyzed hurt in a football game, and so they're just talking about how he did so much stuff after football that it really dwarfed even what he did on the field, and really contributed to the community and did some really good stuff. So sorry to see a Dolphins legend has passed. So, but it's a definite life well lived. Okay, we got Lewis on here from Port St. Lucie with some drone info. What do you know about this, Lewis?
Hey, good morning, guys. I work for FPL, and I know that we have a big property next to the Gardens Mall. I don't know if it was our team or not, but I know they fly drones over the property we have at PGA next to the mall, and we also use them to check power lines and poles. With hurricane season ramping up, we just want to make sure the vegetation's cut back and make sure the lines are clear, just in case. So
that's
it
smart.
could have been our team, but we do have those big drones out there.
Okay. Getting answers. I like this.
Do you know if you have to have permits for them?
Yeah, you definitely do. The height restriction's a big thing, but also the airspace where you're flying over, like Virginia said, with the festivals and the airport, and depending on what area you're in, you do need a license, an FAA license. And then also, FPL is going to start calling residents automatically, like $60,000 a week, to let everybody know we're going to be over houses and neighborhoods flying drones, so they don't freak out and call the police.
So put your clothes on and stop your naked twerking.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it, Lewis.
A drone won't catch me naked dancing.
Or will it?
That ain't illegal, though.
That's right, baby.
That ain't nothing illegal. Unless you're doing it outside in your neighbor's front yard. So, other than that, sounds pretty good. All right, thank you very much. Now, people were discussing it last night. We posted up what you need to do on the KVJ Show Facebook page. You need to go and you need to find a public address system. You need to be in front of a crowd. You've got to go to like a Walmart, a Home Depot, a Publix, someplace where they've got an intercom type system. And what you need to do, you need to get on the intercom. Now, either you can go in and you can just bogart it, or you can get permission to go on. I don't care. It's all about the video and the performance that you do. So people are saying, well, I work at a store and we have an intercom. Can I do it after hours? You can, but that video probably is not going to be that entertaining. So if somebody dials one up and like people are singing along and doing something great in the video, then that's probably not going to work. Now, what you need to do, get on the intercom, say, I love the KVJ show on 97.9 WRMF. Pretty simple. Love the KVJ show, 97.9 WRMF. And then sing 10 seconds of a Jonas Brothers song. That's it.
Very easy.
It is very easy. I mean, once you get the intercom, it will take you all of 15 seconds to do this video.
But just keep in mind, if we get multiple people doing it,
Yep.
then it'll be judged on performance.
It is.
Yes.
And it'll be judged on your showbiz quality and your singing and the crowd around you.
We all have a song in our heart. prove how big your song is.
That's it. Yeah, so entertain us. So, yeah, again, you can do it. The lights could be out. It could be dark. You could be doing the video and submit it. That's fine. But if somebody's got people singing along to a Jonas Brothers song, you're like, yeah, and that's not going to beat it.
If somebody brings the heat, if someone does it the right way, they're going to win.
Yeah, and I figured this is a pretty good little prize. I mean, to get to meet Kevin and Nick and Joe, and I don't know, maybe even the bonus Jonas Frankie will show up. I have no idea.
Question. Now, let's say we get 7 videos that are all pretty good. How do we vote for the winner?
I think we make Denny's pick, and then if you're mad he didn't pick you, you'd be mad at Denny's.
Meet him in the parking lot. He leaves here right around 1:30.
You gotta watch yourself there.
Sorry, Denny's.
Just kidding, Denny's.
Kind of.
Sort of, so sorry.
Okay, now to let you know there's something that you need to do today because the deadline is midnight tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this is a quick one.
It is a quick one. It's got to happen for you today.
Mr. Ralston, what happens if someone does a great video, but they turn it in at 12:01? Do you accept it?
I don't know.
Rules are rules.
Rules are rules. Yeah, that could be breaking the deadline. I got to see what kind of mood I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah. Just don't really know.
It's a lot of power.
It is a lot of power. Yeah, so don't screw it up. Do it. Send us a video. Mail at kvjshow.com. Got to find yourself an intercom. Won't take long. Again, you can do it on your lunch break today. You can do it right after work. You can do it tonight. Got till midnight.
I've been told, and because I don't think we've ever tried it, but I thought the one at Walmart, you have to know a code to get that thing on.
You press like pound something something or star something something, and then you're live, baby.
Because I feel like just having that phone or that intercom just to have anyone to grab, that's pretty dangerous.
I lost Magnolia in Lowe's the other day.
Uh-oh.
And so I went up to the counter and I was like, she had my phone and her phone. It was a mess. So I went up to the counter and I was like, hey, can I use your phone to call my daughter? She's in the store somewhere, in the store so big I can't find her. And they said, do you want to just page her? And I know she would have been mortified, but the girl was like about to press like star or pound something to page her.
There was a thing.
There's a thing to press. So if you know what that thing is, you can just go do it.
Okay, yeah. In fact, if anybody wants to let us know what your code is.
Yeah, I want to be a part. This is fun.
Yeah, you might got to help somebody out here.
Because the girl was offering to just do it right then and there and page, and I was like, no, Magnolia will kill me.
And that was where?
That was at Lowe's.
Okay, so it might be different at each
I think it's
place.
different every place.
Probably, yeah. At each individual one, it's going to be a different feel and everything.
Right. But maybe if you've worked there before, you know what it is.
Oh, someone's got the
There's
the secret.
intel.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a pretty hot ticket. Jonas Brothers tickets, and it comes with a meet and greet as well. All thank you to Republic Records. So just send us that email, mail at kvjshow.com. All righty. Got some celebrity birthdays here for you today. Got to say what up and happy birthday to Jason Momoa. Aquaman. He's now hit the big 4-0, 40 years old. Looks that solid.
He looks great.
He looks amazing, yes. Coolio is 56 today. And also Chuck D, who you had a story about yesterday, Virginia, and the Dirt is 59.
Oh, yeah, he's got that big lawsuit.
I thought you were going to do Coolio for karaoke.
I was, and you told me not to. You said, nobody wants to hear a slow rap song. I'm
Well,
like,
you got to do Fantastic Voyage, not the Dangerous Mind song.
No Gangster's Paradise. That's my jam.
All right.
I know the words.
Okay.
Sorry. We're having a side fight. We apologize.
That's all right.
Back to you, Kev.
Happens a good bit. Well, we got somebody here on the line. Yes, what was your name?
Clint.
All right, you've got some kids you'd like to take to Universal Orlando?
Yes, I do. I have a 4-year-old daughter named Ashley, and her best friend, cousin is her best friend, Nina. They're both 4. They're about 60 days apart. It'll be awesome to take them.
Yeah, that would be very cool. Well, we're going to hook you up with the tickets to Universal Orlando. Got park-to-park tickets and a parking pass in there for you as well, okay?
That's awesome. Thank you, guys. You rock.
You're very welcome.
Woohoo!
Another chance to win that coming up tomorrow, too, on the show. If you want to book your own Universal Orlando vacation, you can right now. UniversalOrlando.com is what you got to do. Coming up here in a couple minutes, Jaybird has had a hex put on him before by a scorned woman. He's also got some other problems as well. There's just all kinds of the aura around Jaybird right now.
We don't know how many scorned women, and we don't know how many hexes.
No, honestly, the person that gave me the hex, we were never romantically involved at all.
But you don't know what the girls that you have been romantically involved in with.
Most people, when we break up, we usually are on good terms, unlike you with your exes.
Well, there's all kinds of stuff just swimming around Jaybird here today. He's been Catfish, Virginia. He's got phone problems again.
Uh-oh.
There's just a ton of stuff to delve into here. Well, we talked to somebody earlier who thought maybe her husband had a hex put on him because he was just acting different. But a lot of people just think that, no, that wasn't a hex. He's just not that into you. Jaybird, however, knows about hexes. He had somebody put a hex on him before, and his life, Virginia, has just been crazy ever since. He's still trying to shake it.
I will say that hex she put on me, I was 16 years of age.
And
Wow.
It stuck all this time, huh?
Oh, she even did the little thing, like she did the thing with her nose as she was doing it. She like wiggled her nose and like threw energy at me.
Was this
Like from Bewitched?
Yes.
Okay.
That's an old reference.
Very interesting. So Jaybird's had continual issues that's going on. If it's not hexes and the black magic and all that kind of stuff that's following him around. He's got stalker issues. He's got catfishers. Jaybird apparently, he's got to change his phone number again, Virginia.
Again?
We got to change it again.
Yeah.
It's been 30 days since the last time I've changed it.
That doesn't seem like a lot of time.
Well, they tell you dude, 30 days. It takes you 30 days to change it. With my
Okay.
company, you can't change it more than once. If you change it, you have to wait 30 days before you change it again.
what
Apparently,
happened just in this 30 days that's got you so twisted?
the undesirables, Virginia, are getting his digits.
So the stalker got my number again, and me and Dennys are trying to rack our brain on who is, because nobody but you guys have my number. I've not given out my newest number to anybody.
And I don't even know who this broad is. Like, I've never seen her. If I've seen her, I don't know it's her.
Yeah, I've shown you a picture a long time ago, but that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So it's not on my Instagram. It's not on. And then she called me. So I blocked her first number, and then she called me later on from a different number. I was waiting for a call from the people that owns my unit because I have to have them come in to fix something. So I'm waiting for all kinds of different new numbers that I normally wouldn't pick up. So how on earth could you possibly be getting new numbers like this?
Well, I remember 30 days ago when the last time you changed your phone number, a lot of people were texting in saying that there are different ways. Sometimes your number will stick to weird things online. It's really tough anymore. It just kind of goes to show you like how deep your imprint is online, and if people know how to access information personally about you, that a lot of people that are kind of crafty can get to it.
We were trying to figure out. We were trying to look
Who's
online.
your cell phone provider?
I don't want to say it because I don't know if that.
Maybe she works there.
That was what we.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what we started talking about. We were wondering if she gets an update and she works for that company. That would be the only way.
Maybe she works for them, or she's got a cousin that works for them,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or somebody, and she maybe just says, look up Jason Pennington's account, and when he switches numbers, let me know what it is.
That's illegal, though, right?
I don't think it is.
It's not illegal.
I think for them to access it, yeah, and especially then to call it without reason for company business.
How could you ever prove it, though? I mean,
But how?
they don't have safety measures on their files to see who's looked at your number.
Other than her working at the phone company and one of y'all giving it to her, which I honestly do not think that.
I don't know
really
who the broad. I don't
Yeah,
know who she is.
Well, I mean, because some people think this is like a hired gun, and Kevin's got this whole. It's not. This is a legit thing.
I mean, let's not underestimate the summer of rig. I can
Damn.
only tell you that I haven't given this chick your number. I can't vouch for him.
I believe you, Vicious V.
I
Smiggy,
would, but I'm not allowed to talk to other women. So,
Or take pictures with them.
you with your White Claw problem.
yes, I promise you it wasn't me.
White Claw, Black Magic.
Exactly.
It's just okay. Well, if anyone has any information on what else, I mean, it's either she works at the company, either one of y'all, which I don't think it is. Is there another option we're not thinking of? It's not on my Instagram, and Dennys is very good with the internet and looking stuff up and researching, and he himself could not find my new number anywhere online.
Does anybody at like your HOA, where you lived, any of that have your new number?
They actually don't even have my they would have to have my new number to get a hold of me, but they wouldn't do that. They're not rolling over
But
on
what if she knows somebody? It doesn't have to be that she works there or somebody's rolling over. She could know somebody that knows somebody, and every time you update your file, she updates her records.
So here's where we're at with this whole thing. One family member wants me to make a police report now. Finally make it official.
Okay.
I mean,
I would not do that.
that's what I thought you would say.
I don't think it's there yet.
Somebody else texted in the suggestion that, Jaybird, you just need to call out this stalker publicly. Say her name, her picture, and post it online. Maybe then people in her personal life will set her straight and be like, stop this.
So I've looked that up, and we've talked about that. And because I'm a public figure and she's not, and the fact that I'm putting out her stuff, it's that docking or that whatever that there's a chance that I could actually get sued, and so could the company. So I'm just not going to even mess with that.
Gosh, okay. All right. Can't
That's
do
what
that
I've been
suggestion.
told. I have looked into it, and some people have told me, they said that is a possibility, and I don't want to worry about that.
What about this, though? And this has happened where you've gone to events or you've gone out to your car and she's there. She's not right by your vehicle, but she's like maybe, I don't know, 30 yards away standing by her car. What if you took a picture of her? Now she's out in public.
Agreed.
You're out in public, and you can say, this is the girl that keeps following me everywhere. Can anybody in her life tell her to stop?
I've already talked to a couple of cop buddies. They go, dude, she's not really. I mean, you could get her on harassment because it's not going to go anywhere. She's not.
She's not, because she's just like hanging around, but she's not like.
Just a slight annoyance.
I mean,
yeah.
she's
not in your crib.
They said that you could get her on harassment. They could if she continued. And I will say she's dialed it back. I have not seen her at events. I haven't seen her driving around when I walk Chewy like what it normally happens.
But she might be there. We're drunk at events.
That's a great point. I would never know if she was at an event.
I know. Would we ever have known if she was
No.
at Brother Jimmy's on Friday?
There's no way I would ever have known.
There's no way.
Somebody said my ex-wife is a 911 operator, and every time I change my number, she gets it.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, this is why I want to talk about. Now we're getting answers.
Okay.
Because we're just racking our brain. How does this woman keep getting the number?
If every time you change your number, she gets it, maybe she works for the same company as this dude's ex-wife. Maybe 911
Or as a
systems
friend.
have access to everybody's phone.
So do I just get no more phone? I'm off the grid? Do I just no more phone?
I mean, unless maybe just keep blocking every number she ever tries to call you
I
from.
hear you.
Yeah.
I don't answer the phone. If it's a number I don't know,
either.
I just don't
Yeah.
answer
I normally
it.
don't either, but the last couple of days I've had to answer weird numbers. Sometimes you have to answer weird numbers.
Sometimes my family will call. I won't answer it. I know that number. I'm not answering it. I dodge. If you want to get me, text me.
I'm with you.
Oh, yeah,
on
me
that.
too.
3 people just text in with the terrible advice, Jaybird, you need to sleep with her already.
Get it over with.
Yeah.
Get it over with. Give her what she needs.
I mean, I'm at a point now that
Yes.
might be an option. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not an option.
So he's got the stalker issues going on, having to change phone numbers repeatedly, and he's got somebody catfish Jaybird in a horrible way. They kind of knew what the bait was going to be to get him on the hook.
Wheel of Fortune.
No, but it was exactly like that, and I was already kind of suspect to it. And people wonder why I have walls and trust issues. This person's like, I work for Billy Joel. I'm one of his record reps. We have heard because you're in the media. We have heard that you're one of the few people really still channeling Billy Joel.
Billy's heard about you.
Yeah, Billy's heard about it. And for a second, I got excited. I'm like, no. I've seen the end of this movie before. I've been to the puppet show. I've seen the strings. You're catfishing me, you son of a biscuit. So, I mean, I'm constantly dodging.
He's got stuff all over the place. You don't know what to do.
I don't trust anybody.
This is all part of the hex.
Yeah. It's just one scam after another. That's just life. Yeah, they're saying that, too, they can actually hack you now by getting a text.
I saw this. What does this mean? So somebody can text me, and now they have access to all the stuff in my phone?
There are at least 6 security flaws in Apple's iOS software that could allow a hacker to take control of your iPhone. They looked at the holes for the iOS software and they found 6, 5 of which Apple have fixed. So there's one still out there. 4 of the 6, including the one not yet patched by Apple, allow a hacker to break into your phone by sending you an iMessage filled with malicious code. All you need to do is open the message, and the cyber crook has remote access to your iPhone.
That
Scary
is
times.
messed
It's
up.
scary times. People get numbers that you don't have.
Yeah.
People hacking you.
They're
Not
talking about
cool.
putting computers in brains. Imagine that getting hacked.
Gosh, oh yeah, that's
That is it's heavy.
It's
that's
scary.
that's
That's real scary.
That's Elon Musk going to do that, right?
This is bad news if you're a very paranoid person like myself. 'cause
I know.
Now you have reason to be more paranoid, and I was already at a Cat 10.
You're paranoid? Oh my God! You ain't got stalker.
Stalkers, catfishers, my guy. So much, Virginia.
hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
That sucks. That sucks. That stinks.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Kevin has such a punchable face. He thinks he's so cool because he drinks craft beer. Well, you know what? I'd love to throw a craft beer right in his homely-looking face just to shut him up.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Tell that drunk lunatic Virginia she needs to be fired. I'm a cop, and if I see her act up in public, I'm gonna arrest her ignorant ass.
You hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Jason has a gross butt chin, wiry hair, and the weirdest shaped body. He's also really dumb. You guys could replace him with a goat turd, and it would be more entertaining.
Oh, man.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Dennys is a no-chin having pothead, and he blows. His jokes suck, and so does his fake pot voice. I'd vomit if I had to sleep with him.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
That sucks.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
It's kind of an interesting debate. Would you rather date the celebrity or the character they played?
I mean, if it's Tom Cruise, I would definitely want to date Maverick over the real Tom Cruise.
I think almost any Tom Cruise character, you would pick the character over Tom Cruise, would you not?
Yeah.
Because the real guy is all Scientology crazy.
You're thinking I'm going to have a weird existence, and the women who've been with him are no longer with him, and they seem like they're just like, okay, they want nothing to do with him, and they're weirded out.
Jerry Maguire, you definitely take Jerry Maguire over
Yeah.
the real Tom Cruise.
I can't think of one character really that he's had.
Maybe the one in Tropic Thunder when he's
Oh yeah, he's
yelling.
balding, and yeah,
that might be the only
maybe
one.
you would take the real Tom Cruise over that guy. Yeah, I was trying to think on that. Okay, on the flip side, another Tom. What about Tom Hanks? Is there any character he's had that you would rather be with rather than the real Tom Hanks?
Would you rather lay in bed and have pillow talk with Gump or with Hanks?
Hanks.
Okay,
I can't think of one character that he's had where you'd be like, I would rather be. I mean, even when he plays those heroes like Sully and things like that.
Keep in mind, though, Pillow Talk with Gump's going to be extraordinary, and he's done extraordinary things in his life.
Okay, what about the only thing I think that Tom Hanks, the one that is the closest, would be Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh, you like that, don't you?
I love Tom Hanks there, and
Sweetheart in that one.
maybe you'd want to be with that guy over the real Tom Hanks, maybe, because he had a really cool house there in Seattle.
He did. He was sensitive, Kevin.
Yeah, and not to say he reminded me of what I think probably the real Tom Hanks is like, actually. So I don't know. That's about the only one I can think of. So it's a weird flip between Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise on who you'd rather be with, the actual celebrity or the character they played. Okay, what about this? Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
Or
I don't have to hear the other one.
you don't want to hear it?
Oh,
You know, me and Virginia, we're Cooper Troopers.
we are.
Yeah, I think you'd win on this. I'm thinking of any character he's played, even most recently. He played Jackson Maine in A Star Is Born. Now he's a singer, he's a celebrity.
But he's got issues,
going on.
man.
But he's a serious heavy drinker, yes, and he pees himself at award shows. On stage,
judge.
on camera.
The real Bradley Cooper's awesome. I've seen him in interviews. He's really tight with his mom. I think he's a good dude.
And he's single.
I'm going Cooper.
That's right. He is single. Him and his girl split up.
Yeah, they did. Oh, by the way, sadly, Lady Gaga was photographed kissing another man that's not Bradley Cooper.
What?
I know. It's very disappointing.
I would take Gaga's character in the The Bradley Cooper movie.
You want to be Gaga?
I would rather have the Gaga in A Star Is Born than the real Gaga. I liked her character in A Star Is Born. Very nurturing, very supportive. Not to say she's not in real life, but I'll take the movie character.
You will, okay.
Over the real Gaga.
Yeah, I love her. I think she's wildly talented. Yeah, I would choose Lady Gaga on a lot, but yeah, you're right. In that one, maybe I would go with her character.
That would have got me crushing on Gaga. I like Gaga after that movie.
Okay, what about this one? Would you rather date the celebrity or the character they played? Let's go John Stamos. Either the real man or his character from Full House and Joey.
Let's get messy, Uncle Jesse. Give me Uncle Jesse. I don't want Stamos the man. I want Uncle Jesse from Jesse and the Rippers. Yeah, definitely. Not even close.
Not even close?
Not even close.
Okay, interesting. Virginia, did you ever watch Grey's Anatomy?
I watched like the first couple of seasons, but when the McSteamies and the McDreamies fell off, I was like, I'm out.
I got your answer. McSteamy and McDreamy character.
Really?
Yeah.
You want them both? You want them to make you into a rotisserie chicken?
I'm just playing Kevin's game here.
Yeah, this is just all game. Yeah, I think when you're talking about, McDreamy. Yeah, I gotta say, I always like his characters. I think more than I'd like him.
You wouldn't like him in real life. You definitely like his characters more.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. Yeah, so you're going Derek Sher because, like his characters when he was in Sweet Home Alabama, he was amazing in that.
Adorable,
right? You're just like you want him in.
Can't Buy Me Love.
Can't Buy Me Love.
Loverboy. All of those characters are better than the real man.
I think so too. Yeah. Okay, what about this one? Jennifer Aniston. Would you rather date the celebrity Jennifer Aniston or her character from Friends, Rachel Green?
Her real self.
I agree on that too, because my mother-in-law's been watching Friends, so the reruns have been on. I've kind of seen, and she's okay, but
the real Jennifer Aniston, I think
Seems
she's very
awesome.
likable and nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the real Jennifer.
I should be really cool. In fact, I'd like to have a heart-to-heart with Brad Pitt and be like, all right, so walk me through that.
If you could go back.
Right, well, just walk me through that. Were you just caught up in a moment of lust, or what happened there? Are there some things that about Jennifer Aniston we don't know? Does she have like really bad gas, or like is there something about it that we're just like, oh man, if you only knew?
Now on the other end, J-Law, Jennifer Lawrence, I'm picking her characters over the real J-Law.
Really?
I am. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I do. You got caught up in the whole media frenzy. They fell in love with her. She was the darling of the media.
She seems so goofy and fun and awesome. Like she likes to hang out at bars and get crazy, and she's always got a good story.
We're not buying it.
I'm buying it. Why are you not buying?
We think
J-Law?
when she fell on purpose.
No. Okay, well, what character does she have that you're like, okay, I would rather date that than the real Jennifer Lawrence?
I mean, Hunger Games. I mean, she's a fighter. She's liberating people. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah,
Katniss.
I don't know.
Katniss Everdeen.
Katniss.
Yeah.
I
don't know that Katniss, like, okay, let's say you want to hang out with Katniss. Yeah, she's brave and she's a fighter and all that kind of stuff. But then, okay, it's Saturday night. Hey, Katniss, let's go hit the town. It's like, I don't know. I think I'm going to stay here and shoot bow and arrow or whatever she does.
I don't know. That might be kind of... Yeah, it's awful. You're right. You're right. You do have to hang out with the character. Keep that in mind. You're right. She might be a little too much for me. Katniss might be too much. There's another character in there that I like.
That's your day-to-day.
Silver linings playlist book, whatever that book movie.
Try it again.
Silver playlist linings.
Nope.
Linings playlist silver.
Silver Linings Playbook, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That I'll get.
I had a feeling we were going to be here for a while.
That's the fun of it.
I'll take that character.
Yeah,
over.
take that one.
I will.
Okay. There's a couple other interesting ones here on the list. I'll get to a few of them. If you got one that you want to throw out to us, you can as well. Interesting debate that we got here. Would you rather date the celebrities or the characters they played? People are a little disturbed by the fact that Jaybird and I were talking so much about whether or not we're going to sleep with Tom Cruise or his characters, and Virginia didn't say a word.
She's that well versed on his movies, though, in our defense.
I'm not, and I'm freaked out by the man. I just think he's creepy, and I don't want anything to do with Maverick or the real Tom.
Yeah, okay.
For the record.
It was an interesting flip, though, when we were talking about Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks, and pretty much you always want Tom Cruise's characters, but you almost always want Tom Hanks the man.
Because the man seems like such a solid guy, just reliable, just loving, just honest.
In fact, Kayla's on here from Okeechobee. She'll back up what we're thinking on Tom Cruise here. What did you want to drop in here, Kayla?
So I was on the Theodore Roosevelt when I was in the Navy, and so they just filmed the newest Top Gun on my ship.
Wow.
And a bunch of my friends were they were hitting me up, telling me that he was such a jerk when he was on the boat to film. First of all, I had to go out to sea just for him, which no one wants to go out to sea, period.
Oh.
Okay.
And so they went out to sea just for him to film this movie. And when he was walking through the hallways of the ship, he made this announcement and was like, "Don't look at me, don't talk to me, don't ask for autographs, anything." And he would make the people, whoever was walking with him, the chief or whatever, put everyone at attention and turn them around to face the wall, so no one would even lay eyes on him.
What?
While he was walking through the boat. And he took over the CO's quarters. They made him his own personal gym. They made people haul weights on the boat for him.
Yeah.
He didn't want to use our gym. He just wanted to use his own. It was really crazy. He's a total jerk.
Okay.
I have a question.
Interesting.
Did you actually see him do this, or is this just stories from somebody else?
I didn't see him do this because I'm not on the ship anymore, but this is from people who I worked on the flight deck, so it's from solid people that I know that worked on the flight deck. And it's definitely, you can Google it, Google the CBN 71 Tom Cruise, and it will all come up.
Okay.
Jaybird,
Yeah.
you got to believe
Right.
the flight deck.
No, I'm just because I'm only seeing comments. This sounds unbelievable.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. This is what we just had with Leo DiCaprio and the rumor that once upon a time in Hollywood, it was a directive given to anyone who worked on the movie that you cannot make eye contact with Leo DiCaprio. And here's the only thing that I will argue when it comes to celebrities and dealing with, regular people and the such, is it done out of necessity or out of ego? Because sometimes if you're on a shooting schedule and if Tom Cruise has ever been in a situation where he gets mobbed, and
The
here he
eye
is.
contact thing is ego. That's ridiculous.
But that could be for Leo on the set. We had talked about that, where even other people that were his equals in acting said he will not talk to you. He will not, because he is totally in the zone and he doesn't want anything to break his focus and his
get that.
concentration.
So don't talk to him. Yes, I get that. But you can't look at him. That's ridiculous.
Make eye contact.
And then
yeah.
make all these announcements. You're coming off like a pompous ass, and I did look it up, and a ton of stuff does come up. Everything she just said is absolutely online, to the point where he almost drowned filming a scene in the water.
Really?
Yeah.
He does
He
all
does
that
his own
stuff.
stunts.
Well, every movie that he has the Tom Cruise, I did a stunt, went awry kind of thing. I was hanging off a cliff. I almost fell. I broke my foot jumping onto a jet. I almost drowned. If he doesn't have how he almost died trying to film this movie, it's not a Tom Cruise movie. You could look back at every action movie he's done. There's the I almost died ... story.
And then here comes an article. U.S. Navy denies that Tom Cruise was a jerk to sailors while filming Top Gun 2. Another article that was 2 weeks after the other article that said he was a jerk.
I believe the flight deck.
Well, this is the flight deck.
No, that's the
I believe
Navy.
everything. I believe everything she said. And the only question I would have is he on a shooting schedule where it's saying, hey, I would, if I could, meet and talk to all these guys and sign autographs, but I have to be in and out of there in 30 minutes. And so they did what they had to do out of necessity.
I agree with people not coming up to him and asking for autographs and take a picture with me, let's
Yeah.
take a selfie. That would be very hard on a set where you're trying to work. But to say people can't look at you and they have to turn around at attention and face the wall.
I know it
You're a
sounds
jerk.
jerky, and I don't know all the details or the motivation behind it. Now, was it done out of necessity or was it done out of ego?
I don't have a dog in this fight, but I will say there's a lot of contradicting reports that people defending Tom Cruise saying that never happened on the deck, and then there's other people saying it did. So
Okay.
do what you will with
I
it.
stand with the flight deck.
All right. Well, on this, people were saying, would you rather date the celebrity or the characters they played? Somebody said Keanu Reeves. Give me him all day long. He is the opposite of what you say Tom Cruise is, where just recently he's filming in Nebraska and somebody put a sign up saying, Keanu, come have coffee with me. And he brings her coffee and takes a photo with her and her kids.
Aww.
That's Keanu Reeves. He seems like the exact opposite of that, where he's always going out of his way for that one-on-one story.
He's been dubbed the internet's boyfriend.
Yeah. So I agree. And as much as I love a John Wick who seems sensitive yet quite a defender,
Keanu Reeves, the man, you got to go with him.
I think I probably would go with Keanu Reeves, the man, easily. What about The Rock?
The man. Well, yeah, The Rock. You can't have the character The Rock from wrestling because he'll
What about
rock
any of his
bottom your
movie
candy
characters?
ass.
Any of his movie characters?
He's a lot to deal with.
Any of his movie characters, they're complex, difficult. I do have to say the one where he played the football player is one of his earlier movies. I don't know. Kind of a sucker for that guy.
I like the one where he's the dad and the little girl comes into his life and now they're living together.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the one I love.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take him in that one all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That guy.
So adorable.
If it was the wrestler, anytime you had an issue at home, you'd hear his music come on. He'd charge down from the bedroom.
You don't want to be that guy.
No, you don't want that.
No. But I would say in most cases, other than the one movie we were talking about, Virginia, we can't think of the name of it, I would go with The Rock, the man. He
You're
seems like
right.
a really cool dude.
You're right.
Will Smith, would you rather date the celebrity or the characters that he plays? Now think of him like in Bad Boys.
The celebrity, I think.
The real Will Smith.
Yeah, the real Will Smith.
I think so too. I can't think of any character that he has.
Keep in mind, I believe he's got an open relationship. Are you okay with this?
No.
And you might want
There's conflicting reports about that.
There's conflicting reports about a lot of stuff, it seems.
Okay. Somebody text in, Ben Affleck, neither. Okay.
Oh, damn. I agree.
I like to have a good Will Hunting.
Mario Lopez or AC Slater from Saved by the Bell?
Neither.
Give me AC Slater.
I agree.
Don't give me the man, give me the character.
Channing Tatum or Mike Lane from Magic Mike, Jaybird?
Mike Lane from Magic Mike.
Yes.
It got me. I love me. It's the Rocky. It's the stripper Rocky story. It really is. You got to watch that movie. It's shot well. You feel for this cat. It's good.
Okay.
There's no way, even if I do see it, I could ever love it as much as you.
It's such a good
He loves
movie.
it so much.
Loves it.
Part
Loves
2
it so
wasn't
much.
as good.
Yeah. Okay, what about Chris Evans or Captain America?
Captain America. Not even close.
Yeah, he's such
I mean,
just
if you're patriotic, you got to go Captain America.
all day long. Yeah, that's pretty much the only option.
So much power.
And somebody said, would you please throw out Brad Pitt into the discussion? Would you rather date Brad Pitt, the celebrity, or the characters that he has played?
Depends on the character, baby.
Ocean's 11.
Oh, yes.
I think I'm going with that guy over the real Brad Pitt.
Yes.
I agree. That guy was cool.
Okay.
So cool.
All right, good stuff. Thank you very much for all of your suggestions here into the KVJ show. 877-979-9763. Last week we helped him out by throwing in a laugh track.
I've grown quite accustomed to that. So.
But then I don't know. Is it the joke I'm laughing at, or is it the laugh track I'm laughing
It's
at?
comedy with training wheels is
It
really what it is.
is.
They found, with the Disney Channel shows and stuff like that where they throw in the laugh tracks, that it does really help people to laugh a lot more. So, this is really kind of like comedy boot camp. This is the tough stuff, down and dirty, the nitty gritty.
I was even reading some stuff, even with the debate last night. If you took out everybody cheering after somebody's point and just had the candidates just speaking, some people would not know if they agree with the point or not. That's what the whole thing was about.
Really?
Because, some people, they hear
The
the
applause
cheering,
is a cue.
and they're like, oh, yeah, that is a good thing. But if they just hear silence, they're like, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know if I like this new political bird.
I watched him the last time, too.
So into it.
He is. I know. Look at him.
Well, I want-
Where's my friend?
Well, I want to run for the mayor of Lake Park. Oh, I am coming, Lake Park.
The current mayor should be nervous.
Real nervous.
So here we go. We're back to it. Crickets over laugh track. That's what people are wanting here with producer Dennys. Joke jury. His job is to try to get myself, Virginia, or Jaybird to crack up laughing here. He's got 5 jokes to try to make it happen. All right, what do we got with joke 1?
Joke 1. Why does Sir Mix-a-Lot go to the chiropractor?
I don't know. Why does Sir Mix-a-Lot go to the chiropractor?
Because baby got back problems.
Ah, Virginia.
I mean, in stitches.
Virginia is just, you don't need a laugh track when you got Virginia.
I mean, you are a comedian's dream.
Wow.
It's the greatest.
I make no apologies. That joke was funny.
Get her some drinks and sit her in the front.
She loved it. Yeah. All right.
Second joke. What apps do chickens use to pay each other?
What apps do chickens use to pay each other? I don't know what apps they use.
Henmo.
Okay. He got himself on that one. He could not resist the
You're
crack
right.
up
I was excited about that.
He really
It doesn't
is.
count if the comedian laughs at his own joke.
Makes me act.
And Mo.
He just loved it. Okay, joke 3.
Why doesn't Ebenezer Scrooge date on Christmas?
I don't know. Why doesn't he date on Christmas?
Because one year he got ghosted.
Oh, Denny, that's a volume 1 right there.
Wow.
Smart comedy.
Dang.
That is good.
Heard him, D-man.
Wow.
Topical July and Christmas.
What?
Christmas in July. I was going to save it, but I was like,
Nah.
no.
It's not even July.
It's like I need a joke today.
It's August.
Okay.
Fourth joke. What do violinists do when they're bored?
I think somebody blew
I think I
the
blew it.
punchline.
Here, where's those crickets at?
Dang, you blew your own
He
joke.
said the
I was
punchline.
so excited.
Oh, what is it?
They fiddle. See if I
back.
can turn it around.
That's an interesting technique. Lead with the punchline
Yeah.
first.
I
Or
like to
mix the
ruin it,
punchline into the setup.
ruin it ahead of time. That was the goal. Final one here. What did the disinterested pimp say to the chatty working girl?
I don't know. What did he say?
Cool story, ho. Said a cool story, bro.
Okay, so that goes on one of your worst.
You're right.
It started out so strong in Virginia. Virginia was
I was hoping for that laugh track.
First 2 jokes are like best of. The last 2 are worst of. I'm kidding. I love
Try it
that.
again. Give me the fiddler again. Come on. One more time.
Yeah.
All right. What did the disinterested pimp say to the chatty working girl?
I don't know. What did he say?
Cool story, ho. It works.
It does work.
It works.
Now all of a sudden it's funny.
It's funny.
Okay, there you go. Thank you very much, there, Dennys. All right, coming up here in just a couple of minutes, this is some fascinating stuff. Weird things that can make somebody fall for you. They say that there are like some different things that actually make you more appealing. Yes, this is interesting. Just a subtle little tweak or so can actually change the way somebody feels about you. This is really some good information here. If you are single and in the game, you want to check this out.
All right.
Pretty simple. Weird things that can make somebody actually fall for you. And these are based on studies by such accredited universities as Yale. They found that when people hold a warm drink, they're more likely to say the person they're talking to has a warm personality. There's something warming about standing there with a cup of cocoa or a cup of coffee that they're just, I don't know, they warm up to you.
It's soothing. It makes you happy. And you might think, oh, it's this person, when really it's the warm beverage.
Oh, they are so sweet, nice. They're holding their warm coffee. Then they talk on me. Ew, coffee breath. Never mind.
That's why I go with cocoa.
Okay.
Sweet cocoa breath.
Fat Kevin like cocoa?
Oh, yeah, but yeah. But I used to get upset because my mom would get the tiny marshmallows.
I get it, yes.
I preferred my cocoa to be about half cup marshmallow, half cup cocoa.
Big ass marshmallows. They get so warm.
I somehow could work 5 into 1 cup.
They get real warm and real mushy, man. They're so good.
That's really all it was. It was just marshmallows dipped in cocoa. How about this from the University of Michigan? They've done a study that found that women are more likely to want a long-term relationship if a guy has a dog.
Oh, look at that.
Just what you want, Jaybird, a long-term relationship.
I want one with my dog.
A study out of France found that women were more likely to give a guy their number if he was just holding a guitar case. He didn't even have to play it, just holding the guitar case.
It could be your luggage.
Yes, women were more likely to give up the digits. So you could walk around with an empty guitar case if you're trying to pick up the chicks.
Oh, that's
and
brilliant.
So here's what I'll
Yes.
do. I'll walk chewy and then I'll hold in one hand, then I'll hold the guitar case in the other and just
You're
see
in.
what happens, baby.
And if you somehow could work cocoa into the mix, be amazing. And a 2016 study found that people who buy eco-friendly products are seen as better candidates for long-term relationships. Whereas if you make a luxury purchase, car, watch, shoes, boat, something like that, you're seen as more attractive, but only for a short-term relationship. You're fun for now, but you're probably going to annoy me pretty soon.
You don't care about the future.
I think that's it, yeah.
You're just for the instant gratification.
Yeah, but there's something to that, and it just says, I mean, like, to me, what really got me was the guitar case thing. And just how you hold yourself, you don't even know. It's staging, it's presentation. You think about bars, restaurants like that you go into and you like, and you don't necessarily know why. We all have these feelings, and for different reasons. And if you're singling in the game, it's really how you prop yourself.
You're right, because we flew to Buffalo last weekend, and we're standing at the luggage place where you claim your luggage, and it's coming around on the conveyor belt, and you see luggage. And then I saw a guitar case, and I was like, ooh, I wonder whose guitar that is. And then I watched to see who grabbed the guitar case, and I took a third, maybe fourth look to see if he was hot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have looked at anybody else's luggage, but the guy who was using the guitar case, I was like, whoa, what's going on there?
Subtle and appealing, yeah. I bet there's probably something, too, like you could carry around a certain book, and people be like, oh, okay, interesting.
You're smart. You read.
Right. Like if you carried around the Wall Street Journal, would somebody be like, is he more impressive? I don't know. Think about the props you can use. Well, yesterday we learned about the cat chiller, what that is all about. That is a bachelor with a cat. And apparently they use cats, like we'd heard today, that if you got a dog, women look at you like you're more long-term relationship material. They didn't say anything about the research on what it means if you have a cat, but apparently a lot of bachelors believe that it means, hey, look at me. I can be trusted. I can take care of a cat.
You're more stable. You can take care of something. You're responsible for its life. It's nurturing. It is sexy.
Okay.
And I think cats are easier to take care of than dogs.
It depends. If you got a squirrely looking cat and it's got like that cocaine attitude.
Nah, you gotta walk dogs. You gotta do all kind of stuff with dogs. Cats, you can just leave in the house to their own devices.
Mm-hmm. Do you look at a man differently if he were a dog person or a cat person?
I do.
But she's real judgmental. So you're asking the wrong person.
I wonder if being honest, if there are a lot of women that would do. And, look, in the same right, I'm sure there are women out there who'd be like going, I would much prefer a guy that has cats and has dogs.
If you love cats, yeah, that's probably your take on it.
Yeah.
For me, no. I don't want a cat guy. I want a dog guy.
Why don't you just find somebody you connect with and then you deal with the animals after?
No, I want to be judgy.
Gosh.
Have we found a tuxedo for Suits' cat?
We have. It's being shipped as we speak. Tuxedo for Suits' cat is in the mail. It's surprising, too, because they've got a big selection of cat clothes on Amazon.
Really?
How happy am I?
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, that's great news for Suits, too. Fortunately, he's out sick again today.
What's the matter with Suits?
He's got that cat scratch fever. He's got him and his cat is sick.
Him and his cat are both sick.
They gave it to each other. His cat is kind of like Chewy, a little older, has some issues. So I don't know if we can put a tuxedo on that thing.
Well, we bought it. We're putting it on the cat.
Suits is going to have to squeeze in that thing if the cat can't put it on. It's an old...
Somebody's getting in that thing.
Or we'll go get a cat from somebody else and say it suits his cat. We are doing a cat in a suit photo shoot if it kills us.
It's an old, feeble cat. I don't know. Tux might take it out. We can't do that. We have to ask Suits about it.
Suits signed off on it.
Did he?
He was texting me yesterday. He's like, oh, this is going to be cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it helps his rep trying to find the ladies. He's a single dude. There are a couple other interesting terms that I had yesterday as well. Have you ever seen this person on Instagram? I've never heard this term ever. Is anybody really using this? An Insta baddie. An Insta baddie, B-A-D-D-I-E. It's a super cool person who basically is famous on Instagram and is a bad bee. An Insta baddie rarely smiles because they're just that cool. Their posts consist of mainly selfies or mirror selfies with cool sunglasses or with a drink consisting of a straw in their mouth. I have seen that photo a lot, but is that a person? You're an Insta baddie?
I think you're an Insta douche.
That's what I would put it more as.
You never smile. You're just, I don't know. Keep it real.
I gotta move the woods.
Death drop. You ever heard of a death drop?
No, what's that?
You need to get this, Jaybird.
Okay, what is it?
This is your thing. It's a type of dance when a dancer dramatically falls backwards into a struck pose on the ground, usually to end a dance.
Oh, yeah.
It's their finishing move of dance.
I think I do have one of those, actually.
Do you have one?
When I do my backspin, I kind of boom, and then I hold it.
That's a
right on
death
the
drop.
beat.
That's
Boom.
a death drop. Yep. That's
Love
your
it.
death drop.
Hell yeah.
Now
I do
you know
get-
it's got a turn.
Oh, you've been hip already before this even came out.
He's got a death drop. I think everybody needs a death drop.
Agreed. I've been death dropping. I didn't even realize it.
Well, what you need is like, you ever have that like where you trip in front of people and you know they're going to probably be laughing at you? What you need is a death drop. Because if you kind of trip and stumble, I'm going to show this. That's not going to work on the radio, but for KVJ TV, you trip and fall like this and you're going, you know, you see, you stop and you strike a pose. You're kind of like, all right, that's kind of just ended my whole thing. You end it with a death drop. People will be like, okay, that's kind of funny.
One of my favorite housewives from Beverly Hills, her death drop is the split. She'll be dancing, and do a split, and everybody's like, ah!
Oh, see?
If you're a girl that can do a split, take that thing out.
You need a death drop. If you don't have a death drop, you need to get a death drop.
Look, if you're a dude that can do a split,
amen.
Bring that thing out, but protect your nards.
Yeah, you're right.
You got to. Trust me.
Nards, yeah, but they might want to get that. And Jaybird's got a death drop. Do you have a death drop, Virginia?
I don't.
I don't either.
I need to work on it.
Dennis, you got a death drop?
Hell
you don't
no.
have a death drop.
I'm the best dancer on the show. We all know that.
Gosh, yeah. Okay, well, there you go. Just kind of a word to the wise. If you say, I don't have a death drop, get a damn death drop.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news.
Yeah, what?
So many people on meth. Ow!
Yeah. We talked about a little bit on the After the Show podcast yesterday, that Jeffrey Epstein story. Kind of crazy. I was a guy who's a New Yorker, but he had a lot of Palm Beach ties, was down here, and just all the weird things that he was doing. Trying to fish girls out of Royal Palm High School at one point. Stories today, and that's kind of the whole thing. Who were his friends? Who weren't his friends? Who's he going to take down? Are his famous, powerful friends putting a hit on him?
I heard they subpoenaed the pilots from his private plane trips to find out who exactly was on these private planes. And were they going by their own accord? And what happened on the planes? And
a lot of questions going on with this cat.
There's gonna be so much dirt that comes out. It's gonna be real gross.
Well, and people are now trying to like distance themselves and say, "Hey, I didn't know. I wasn't friends with him." You know, and there's all these anybody who's been in a photo with him. I mean, our own president. You know, they're trying to link. Okay, how tight were these two? At one point, they kind of hung out, but apparently 15 years ago, there was some kind of falling out over a mansion they were both going after, and. So who knows what was happening, but what happened in that time when they're in their Playboy days?
And two, I want to know, like, how many of the details, was it James Patterson that wrote a book about him?
Yeah, I want to delve into that this weekend. I'm going to try to find that because I'm really intrigued by kind of gotten into the seedy underbelly of Palm Beach life.
How many of the details in this nonfiction book or fiction book or actually nonfiction, like, let me know, like, what's truth and what's made up.
Anybody got the cliff notes on that book? That's what I want to find out.
Thank you.
Yeah, what are the things that we got to know? Because I'm kind of starting to get a little bit intrigued with some of the storylines going on here. And here's just some new stuff that just kind of like, wow, what is going on with this cat, Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, they say that he hoped to leave the human race several gifts after he died.
Gifts?
Yes. Apparently there are a couple things that he wanted to do. One, he hoped to seed the human race with his DNA by impregnating women at his vast ranch in New Mexico. He also told one person that upon his death, he wanted his head and his peen to be frozen and donated to charities that supported transhumanism, which is the belief that the human race can further advance and evolve using advancements from the worlds of science.
Again, with that whole head thing and the peen, let's say, okay, 20,000 years from now, we figure it out. Do you really want to come back in that condition in a new environment?
I don't know.
And
it's freaky.
Do you come back as yourself with the same thought process?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions
zombie?
there. I don't know. And that's the whole thing. Keeping your body around and leaving it to scientists or anybody after your death, we're finding out this week is a tricky proposal.
I heard the story of the first few people that donated their bodies to cryotechnology when it was first getting started.
Yeah.
It is fascinating what happened and how eventually they were just left in a shed to thaw out.
So that's what I wonder with the Hall of Famer baseball player, Ted Williams. A lot of people believe Ted Williams has his head frozen somewhere.
Well, I hope he left it with somebody who maintained it properly, because that's the thing. It's very expensive to first get the capsule and then cryogenically freeze and then maintain the levels of, is it nitrogen or whatever they need to keep it so cold.
Yeah.
If you don't have a trusted person doing it and you don't have trusted funding, the people will thaw out just like they did in the story of the first few people that tried to do it. It's fascinating.
Well, how do you even know it's going to work? You don't. Has anybody ever brought back a dead person?
No,
of course. You have no idea if it's going to hurt.
They're just taking
work
a
or not.
chance right now and just hoping that if we freeze ourselves, the technology is going to be so good in 50 years that you can unfreeze and then it's going to be cool.
Worst case scenario, they attach your head back and you're only like, you still have your thoughts, but you're just like, zombie brains. But you still are thinking the way you think, but you can't help that you want to eat brains.
Well, for anybody donating their bodies to anybody, too, we had that story out of Arizona this week. They went in, they found out people were like, ha, ha, ha. They were taking different body parts and sewing them together and all kinds of just weird, crazy ways.
That is horrifying.
And now there's another story. Another guy in Arizona, he donated his mom's body to science and then found out that it was sold to the U.S. Army and they blew it up in blast testing to see how bodies react in blast. He's like, that's not what I wanted to have happen with my mom's body.
No.
Yeah. I thought she was going to like be the cure to something or other, not blown up.
You should be able to have a stipulation that says, I'm donating this to medical research.
Good luck, though.
Did you find anything else?
Who's enforcing it?
Right. And how do you trust? You don't know these people.
Yep.
That story you brought up about all those body parts you were talking about the other day,
Yeah.
did you find any more details about that? Is there more stuff going on with that?
I decided not to dig deeper into that one.
I don't know.
I'd like to sleep at night.
We need to dig deeper.
Okay, that could be your job then. Yeah. Well, here's an interesting story about Bigfoot. Federal officials are investigating a report that a man fired a gunshot because he spotted Bigfoot while camping in Kentucky.
So why are you trying to shoot Bigfoot?
It's stupid. I know. If you, some people want to kill Bigfoot to prove it's real.
The guy is claiming that the Bigfoot lunged at him, reached out and tried to attack him, and so it was self-defense, is what he's claiming. What happened? He got park rangers in Mammoth Cave National Park all chasing this whatever mythical creature all over the place, and he could not find anything. He and his girlfriend were awakened at about 1 a.m. by this man and his son who were out saying, we just got attacked by Bigfoot.
Huh.
Get.
Had beautiful hair.
Yeah, so there you go. So they've apparently said there's no more danger to anyone. They don't believe that it necessarily happened in the first place, but that's the latest Bigfoot sighting going on. A woman in British Columbia was being stalked by a mountain lion while she was out walking her dog last Tuesday.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, she kind of like turned around. She's like, I felt like something was watching me. And sure enough, there you go. In the distance, I could see.
A mountain lion stalking you?
Yeah.
And your dog? That's horrifying. They kill people.
Yeah. Well, she was able to chase it off. She grabbed her phone and started blasting Metallica's Don't Tread on Me.
Metallica scared off the mountain lion?
Sure did, yeah.
They're hard.
I mean, that is definitely an endorsement for Metallica.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Help chase off mountain lions. Well, there's somebody who stole a package off a woman's porch in South Carolina over the weekend, but what they didn't realize is the box was full of 9 tarantulas.
It's pretty awesome. We got a little audio of them talking about it.
Yeah, that's just some stuff. Yeah, that's why you got to watch out, these porch pirates.
There'd always be somebody there talking to her, but I would never think somebody would steal something off somebody's porch. They probably think they was getting something electric. There's something they could sell or something they could just keep for themselves. That's crazy. So what you gonna do with a box full of spiders? What you gonna do with spiders?
That's right.
A box of
do?
spiders? What were you going to do with the box of spiders? Why do you order a box of spiders?
To mess with porch pirates.
Some people love them as pets.
That's a great plan.
Well, let's say you keep on getting your packages stolen. How are you going to get them back? Okay, let me go ahead and put a bunch of bugs in here because a lot of houses get hit up a few times.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is a woman in Canada that says she's traumatized over a big gust of wind that blew over a porta potty with her inside.
Oh, no.
Oh, that'd just be terrible, wouldn't it? Can you imagine that? I mean, that stuff's going to go everywhere.
As soon as I was trying to sit, the whole thing just went on my back, the door facing downwards, and I'm actually sleeping on it, and I could feel all the water and everything falling on me. Oh my gosh, I was thinking like crazy. I was a mess. My hair had some toilet paper in it. I had blue water, pea water. I saw some needles there. Oh, I had like almost 2 hours shower. I was in the shower for the longest time.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, good plan.
That makes me sad.
There's a guy in Bradenton you might want to stay away from. He goes by the name Murder. In fact, he has murder tattooed on his neck, and he just pled guilty for
murder,
trespassing.
I was gonna say he seems like
murder.
He seems like a pacifist.
Now, is that his Christian name? Was he baptized?
It's a nickname.
It's a nickname. Okay.
Yeah. Did you see this? Boy, you got to watch out with comedy. Good thing Dennys hasn't turned on us, but an audience member beat up a comedian during a stand-up comedy open mic act in San Francisco.
This happens a lot, man. People get all mad and they go after the act.
Yeah, he just said, stop talking, and that's all it took.
I do know who you are, so stop talking.
Stop. No, oh yeah, no.
What?
You wanna act like you black? Where you from?
Oh, damn!
Oh, man. Wow. Now, that's a show, right?
I mean, there's no laughing, but it's entertaining.
I'm laughing.
It's the best.
I love it.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
We were talking about death drops. Got some interesting footage that people had sent us. We were talking about because Dennys had pulled off from Urban Dictionary. Death drop is kind of like the finishing move on like a dance that you do. It's like the pose that you strike. But somebody's saying to really clarify what a death drop is, a death drop is literally dropping to the ground, mostly used by drag queens. They'll do it in their shows. Like they will be standing up and all of a sudden just whoom, just drop backwards onto their back onto the floor. Hard and fast.
I don't know if I could do that.
I could not do it, and if I did, I wouldn't get up for a while. You can see it right here. There's a couple different clips. If you move over here, I can't get my computer there, but you can see it. You kind of just twist, and you tuck your one knee back, and then you fall right down. Your other leg is out straight. Your one knee is tucked back behind you. It looks like you could rip out your knee. I don't even know how you're going to get back up.
I'll try that. I'll try that next Cocktails and Karaoke.
You will not get back up. A death drop could be just that. Like it would kill me.
And maybe it's my time then.
Yeah, it's a lot more impressive than just, holding a pose.
Don't talk him out of it. He wants to go out on stage.
You're right. That would be the way to do it. On stage or on the mic, Virginia.
Just please tell me somebody who got that on video.
It won't.
Somehow our team loses the video.
There's a glitch in the video.
There's a glitch in
right
it.
Right when I do the move and die, it goes blank.
Damn it.
Yeah, if you could do a legit death drop, I would be highly impressed. And then survive it, and then be able to walk the next one.
Question. Could we do it and CGI it and really fall on a mattress?
That sounds like a very easy and quick project.
Well, I know you got a Jaybird or the Bigfoot Productions or something.
You're insulting. It's Sasquatch Recordings, and yes, we'll have it ready for you next year.
I think hitting the floor is only half of the concern. What you do to your knee and how you twist your leg like that to do it, to me, outweighs the damage of just slamming down onto the ground like that.
What if you just drop it like it's hot and lean back and fall? Will that count?
I want to see you do that, Mama. You don't dance enough. In fact, neither one of you dance enough. We need more of that.
I agree. I don't like to dance when I'm fat. I feel fat right now. I went nuts in Buffalo and I haven't stopped.
But Mama, more to shake around. You got junk in the trunk. Shake it.
No,
work it.
If I feel like I have a little extra, I'm just trying to hope nobody's looking at me.
Oh, yeah, I got a little portly belly going on right now, but it gives me some moves, extra moves. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more moving, right?
Oh,
yeah, the Jell-O look is in.
Yeah.
I can belly dance.
Yes. What you're looking for. Well, if you're actually trying to take off a little bit of weight, there are some interesting ways that you can trick yourself into losing some extra pounds. It's 4 little tactics that you might try. Just interesting things.
Trick yourself?
Yeah, basically just trick yourself into losing weight. Some genius tips I got for you in a second. And Virginia's also going to tell us about her latest diet craze. Tomorrow, we're going to be giving away meet and greet passes for the Jonas Brothers. They are going to be back in Miami on Wednesday at American Airlines Arena. Meet and greet. Yes, you will see Nick, Joe, Kevin right there, and you'll see the show as well.
Fancy.
The challenge that we have for you, got a deadline of midnight tonight. You need to go and find a store intercom, and you need to get on it, say, I love the KVJ show on 97.9 WRMF, and then sing 10 seconds of Jonas Brothers song. Now you can work it out. You can bring other people with you. You can bring instrumentation. You can do whatever you need. You can call somebody and be like, hey, I'm coming to do this. You don't have to, like I said, you have to go in there and...
Kamikaze style.
Yeah, you'd be like going, hey, 30, here's what I'm going to do. You let me use your intercom. Be like, I'm trying to make a video. Now the video is what's going to do it. Don't like call somebody going, I did it. It was so great. It's not going to work.
Y'all should have seen it. No, y'all got to actually see it.
You got to make a video of it.
And if only one person does it, they're the winner.
That's right.
But if multiple people do it, you'll be judged on your performance, on your creativity, on just the whole overall entertainment value. You want it to be something that could possibly go viral.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Show a little love for the Jonas.
Tag Jonas in it too. Who knows? They might let it go viral
Definitely
too.
That would help.
Tag the Jonas Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, if you did that today and they like retweeted it, that's a pretty good chance you're going to win meet and greet passes to see them on Wednesday.
Amen.
So that's how to bring it out. That's how to do it for the show coming up at American Airlines Arena. I think we're all probably looking for the quickest, easiest way to shed off a couple pounds. I mean, it's probably just a small portion of the population is actually really happy with the way they look.
You're right.
And then they let you know about it on Instagram. The rest of us are trying to find other ways to trick, manipulate, figure out what's going to work for our bodies. We're trying to basically eat what we want, work out as little as possible, but still look good. So that's kind of the ultimate balance. But I saw these little tricks you can do to lose weight. And talking about Instagram, they say that actually is not just something that is like, oh, look at the food I got. They say that helps. Instagramming your meals, they say, according to studies, have found that snapping a picture of your food and posting it online will subconsciously make you want to eat healthier and eat less. That's interesting. I guess when you think about Instagram meals, are they big fattening meals or are they healthy looking meals?
They're impressive. I'm impressed by big and fattening. If I have something in front of me that looks amazing, I want to take a picture of it.
I mean, I got some good Instagram food pics on my Instagram page. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, I guess maybe overall, because I could think it could go either way.
Totally could go either way. I don't know if I like number one.
Look at that food art right there. Look at how beautiful that is. Cheeseburger galore, boom, lighting on it.
You got your Star Wars characters in it.
Hell yeah.
Someone needs a girlfriend.
Yeah, no, someone does not, actually.
A couple other things they got. They say cut your food into smaller pieces. They said that when you do that, they found that we tend to eat less. Like taking smaller bites of your steak or cutting a bagel into 4 pieces, even if you eat the whole thing, you're less likely to snack later on.
That's hard for me, though. Even if I cut it up, if it's in front of me, I'm like, oh, I just want to eat it, especially if it tastes really yummy.
Well, they're saying that, yeah, you may still eat all of it, but for some reason, psychosomatically, you'll eat less later. I don't know why. That's what they're saying. They say do not cut out the protein. A lot of people are doing that. They say the protein, it slows down, by cutting it out, it slows down digestion, makes you feel fuller longer. So if you don't eat meat or get protein from other sources, you tend to feel hungrier, which can lead to more calories overall.
Okay.
So you got to make sure you keep protein in your diet.
You are making me hungry, and I want to eat now.
They say listen to yourself chewing. They say this one's weird, but at least 2 different studies have found that paying attention to the crunching sound your food makes can cause you to eat less. It's called the crunch effect.
Well, you do. You feel, especially, I do this when I'm alone. I eat like a savage, and it's loud, and you feel like an animal. Like if you listen to your chewing, you're gross.
I hate the sound of chewing. There's people that I know that in my family that'll close the mouth, please. It's really grossing everybody out.
Yes, right. Now listen to yourself chewing. Apparently it helps to lose weight and identify emotional eating. The next time you're about to crush a whole bag of Doritos by yourself, pause for a second and think about why you're doing it. It might not be because you're hungry.
No, you're doing it because it tastes amazing. Sometimes you just like things that taste good.
Yeah, so there you go. There's a couple things they say to be conscious of. Maybe that'll help you cut a couple pounds. Maybe not.
Who is they?
Well, they say there is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all diet that is good for everybody. And Virginia is about ready to jump into something that is a DNA diet because everybody apparently is different based on their DNA, and you've got to get a diet that not Beyonce's working with and is working for her, but one that works just for you.
So I went and did this yesterday, and they do, just like when you get a DNA thing, they swab your cheek multiple times, and they send it off to the DNA analysis lab. And supposedly, in 2 weeks, what I'm going to get back is a full write-up of specific things that I should eat and not eat based on my DNA. And I was like, well, how do they know? Like, what? Explain this more in detail. And the way it was broken down to me, I read this story about this girl who's got like this Russian genetics. So her family is from Russia. And she would talk about whenever she went to go visit her grandmother in Russia, she would eat as much as she wanted of all that kind of food that her ancestors ate, that is in her DNA to eat. And she'd be great. But as soon as she went to Italy and had a bunch of pasta and stuff that she wouldn't normally eat on the Russian diet, she would gain 10 pounds in like 2 days. And she's like, what the hell? And that's when she put the DNA connection together with the diet connection. Maybe on the inside, we all have biological grounds for what we should and shouldn't be eating.
Okay.
And if we're doing it wrong, of course our bodies aren't going to metabolize it right because our DNA is specific. Like if you're doing paleo, your body might reject paleo and hate it, and that's why you don't get any results from it.
So it tends more to be like find out who your ancestors were and eat what they ate, that's going to work better for you?
I think that's part of it.
That sucks because my family's English and I do not like English food.
Oh, you're getting some bangers and mash.
Ugh.
Some tea and crumpets.
No, thank you.
Fig Newton.
Oh,
I
that's
think
tough.
it can tell you, too, what you shouldn't do, and maybe you avoid those things because you don't break them down as well.
Okay.
It also supposedly gives you the perfect exercise plan for your DNA. Like maybe you're in the gym and you're killing it doing a cardio, but your body really should be doing weights.
Right.
Would you eat more junk food if this test came back and said you need more fatty stuff in there to kind of balance out your legs and your whole body?
If it said that, I'm about what my body looks like, and if it said eat ding-dongs all day long, I would eat ding-dongs all day long, and I would love it.
And
Are we talking about the pastry or something else?
Come on, get your mind out of the gutter, Virginia.
I mean, we're talking a day of celebration if Kevin's eating ding-dongs.
Yes.
I mean, welcome back, Fat Kevin. We've missed you for a very long time.
I would love to be back.
God, I know.
I would love to be back.
I know.
But I know from experience that ding-dong diet don't work.
I can
Not
see
for this
Fat
body.
Kevin in your eyes.
Not for this body.
But everybody's different. I think it's fascinating to think that, maybe I've been trying something all this time that wasn't set up for my DNA.
I'm going to keep an eye on this, Virginia, and see
I
if it
am
works
too.
for you.
It's only $395.
That's why I'm going to keep an eye on you.
Which is relatively low compared to what some programs cost.
Sure. Okay. All right. Something to think about. Keep an eye on Virginia, see if it works or not. Well, I got something for Dennys coming up here in a second. Good news for recreational weed in Florida. I'll tell you about it next.
Do you want to watch the KVJ Show live or on demand? Find us on youtube.com/KVJ Show.
Next, the Florida Supreme Court is going to review the language of the prospective ballot item, which would regulate weed just like alcohol here in the state. It would be legal for limited use and growing for anyone 21 years or older.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
I mean, Ewoks are rejoicing, fireworks are going off.
All the more reason I told you need to buy land.
I can start growing some crops.
Now, there are a couple more hurdles. They say even if the language is approved, Regulate Florida would still need 766,200 signatures to put the amendment before voters. That's a lot. That's a big jump from where they are at 76,000. Now they need 766,000.
Okay.
And so they got to get everybody together. Maybe Dennys can jump in and work on some signatures for them because they're going to need a lot. The state has then 90 days after the court's certification to complete a financial impact statement on the economic effects of legalizing recreational marijuana here in Florida to see, okay, what would that do? And all you got to do is be like going, okay, in Colorado, it made them $10 billion or whatever it might be. Okay, all right, I went in on that. Now, last month, they had a poll by Quinnipiac University that showed 65% of Florida voters support allowing adults to legally possess small amounts of marijuana for personal use. So a majority of Floridians do approve of that, but the Miami Herald recently pointed out that the support doesn't guarantee the amendment's success on Election Day. Those are probably just people that they polled and said, yeah, cool. So, it's a win, but there's still a lot of work to do if you're keeping score.
Interesting.
Oh, some of us are keeping score. Dennys.
Oh, yeah.
Get out there. I guess you got to help the cause. Dude, what do you do? Do you go stand in the mall and ask for people to sign it? I mean, that seems like it's such a slow way to get signatures.
If you walk downtown Clematis, there's always somebody, hey, man, sign this weed bill. It's coming, man. Come on. There's always somebody getting you to try to sign something.
Is Fish on tour, or can we go
I don't know.
see Revolution? Or...
Where are the dead? Are the dead touring?
That's what we need. We need them to
need
go on tour.
a big group of people together.
They need to do a 15-city tour just in Florida.
311's in town this weekend.
Okay, there you
Now
go.
that's what
that's
you
true.
need.
And Dirty Heads.
Okay.
The Neil Young concert, when he came into town, there was weed everywhere. I mean, it just smelled like a big weed party.
Yeah, I know when I went to Sunfest, any of those rock reggae bands, Dirty Heads, I'm sure is just like it. 311, you're going to get a lot. I think it was at Revolution or one of those groups I went to, and I think I was the only one in a crowd of 15,000 that was not smoking weed.
So there's a lot of most concerts you're going to see that, but there are some concerts I don't think you would ever see that. Like when Air Supply came down, I don't think anyone's smoking weed.
I want to get Denny's unofficial ranking. Top 5 highest concentrations of weed smokers at which shows would it be? Now, I'm just thinking this, but Willie Nelson, Snoop Dogg, they're big public weed smokers. But if you go to either one of their shows, are you going to have a higher concentration of people smoking weed than you would at Dirty Heads?
Great questions.
I mean, you probably will have a lot of people. I've heard people light up a Bare Naked Lady concerts.
Yeah, they would. I just want to know, because there is without a doubt of the shows I went to at Sunfest, the Revolution show was a much higher concentration of weed smokers.
Yeah, the reggae rock seems like it would be the biggest concentration.
I'll have Denny's work on that. We'll get that for you here in a second. I do have a little bit of bad news, though, for pot smokers out there. According to a new study, it is absolutely filthy to hit somebody else's bong or pipe. That's why I was losing my mind when Denny's used to hand around that vape to everybody that would come in.
Yeah, he would get in an Uber and share the vape pen with the Uber driver.
Not his weed vape. He used to smoke the e-cig stuff. The
same concept.
The nicotine. I hear what you're saying.
Same concept.
I don't think Denny's going to give his weed pen to anybody in a cab.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a little bit more expensive too.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, researchers found the average bong they tested had 1,304% more bacteria than a dog food bowl. 530% more than a cell phone screen. 90% more bacteria than a garbage dumpster. And 50% more bacteria than a public toilet seat.
There's no way that's true for Denny's bong. There's no possible way. He takes such good care of that thing. All of it, any of that stuff. There's no way.
How about that old vape? What was that? I'd like to get that one tested.
Well, that thing, yeah. That thing's seen some stories.
It's seen the lips of some squirrely-looking Uber drivers.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. That is the numbers on that for you to go passing that bong around to everybody.
How good is that cookie? It's warm and it's moist and it's.
We're on the air. Okay. Gosh, we cannot bring in cookies in here during the show because it's just gone.
The people at the Kravis Center dropped off cookies, and it has derailed the entire show.
And you can't get anything else done. Yeah, we might as well just call it quits and just play the dot and get out of here.
Well, Kevin, they dropped off cookies and cream.
Kevin, I remember these are some of the best cookies I've ever had. I have great cookie recall. I can really name all the cookies I've had in my life.
They brought us these cookies 2 years ago, and as soon as Denny's walked in with them, he goes, "Wait a minute, are those the cookies?
Are those Kravis cookies?
Yeah.
Cookie Monster, love cookie."
Sorry, Kevin, as you were.
Yes.
I said I wanted to have one, and he goes, "Oh, really?"
Well, I thought she was going to try to take him home because I know she's got family in town.
No, yeah.
I just want to taste one. You can have the rest of the box.
How good is that thing?
Oh, they're so moist, Kevin.
Fat Kevin, just one-time breakout for me.
Oh, Fat Kevin would do a death drop after he ate this cookie.
We'd get him back. If he had that, you're right.
I'd throw it all out.
You would.
I'll caution to the wind. Okay, all right. Based on his own opinions, people are throwing in theirs. What do you think is the top 5 weed bans out there? And we're talking about the highest concentration of pot smoke going on at concerts. Is it going to be like your 311 Dirty Heads? Would they make the top 5? Somebody said the Dave Matthews Show from over the weekend, a lot of pot smoking there.
Big time pot smoking. Obviously, Willie Nelson's got to be on there.
Obviously.
I mean, there's people who've smoked with Willie and said they can't smoke with him because his stuff is that great.
Yeah, but he smokes like is a majority of his audience going to be to that high level?
I do think they would be.
Would you have a higher concentration of Willie Nelson fans still smoking over Revolution?
That's a great question because my dad loves Willie Nelson, and we grew up loving Willie Nelson in my house, but nobody smoked pot.
Yeah.
We loved the country sounds
That's
of
why
Willie.
I'm wondering, yeah.
You don't think your dad smoked pot. Maybe he hit it.
I don't think he did.
All right.
What would you say, Dennys, in your expert opinion, if you had to say top 5 weed bands that you know of?
So, current day, because I would agree that...
And this has to do with their fans, people who are in the crowd, not what they're doing on stage.
All the modern hip-hop, there's tons of pot of those.
Okay.
So, I mean, like your Snoop Dogg's, your A$AP Rockies, all those cats are going to have it.
Isn't Wiz Khalifa, he's big.
I know they're
gigantic.
gigantic.
Yeah, you'll have a lot of weed at that thing.
I know his DJ
Kendrick
is.
Lamar, all those concerts, you're going to yield some high amounts
We
of
got
pot.
stoned with Wiz Khalifa's DJ. Well, y'all did.
In
I did.
Oregon.
Yeah.
In Oregon.
Yes, I know he's into it.
So
Legally.
Those are big. Any of the reggae groups as well. Anything,
yeah.
Like you said, the Revolutions definitely.
Okay, what about like
Dirty
Shaggy?
Heads,
If you go do
311,
a Shaggy show.
guaranteed.
We've been
Really?
delving into some Shaggy. He did a collaboration with Sting
Yes.
on this
Won a Grammy
NPR
on that one.
Tiny Desk thing.
Oh, it's
and
awesome.
It is amazing. What a great vibe on that song. You ever
Yeah.
hear that song, Englishman in New York?
Yeah.
He does. They collab and they do. He's a Jamaican in New York with the Englishman.
wanna check that out,
It is
yeah.
Oh, it's
so
awesome.
good.
Awesome. He even says in the song, he's like, "Got a big spliff in my hand."
I'm a Jamaican in New York.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
It's awesome.
All right. I'm loving that. All right. Good stuff. Well, we've also got our own little song here.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
That sucks. That sucks. That stinks.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Kevin has such a punchable face. He thinks he's so cool because he drinks craft beer. Well, you know what? I'd love to throw a craft beer right in his homely looking face just to shut him up.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Tell that drunk lunatic Virginia she needs to be fired. I'm a cop, and if I see her act up in public, I'm going to arrest her ignorant ass.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
Jason has a gross butt chin, wiry hair, and the weirdest shaped body. He's also really dumb. You guys could replace him with a goat turd, and it would be more entertaining.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Dennys is a no chin having pothead, and he blows. His jokes suck, and so does his fake pot voice. I'd vomit if I had to sleep with him.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
That sucks.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Would you ever want to go on a trip by yourself?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I've done it. When we were in Portland, I wandered by myself for like a day and a half. I loved it.
But technically, you weren't by yourself. You did have me and the Diet Pansy with you.
No, you guys did. I went by myself. Literally, I went.
But we traveled.
Away.
But we all. He's saying you go to a destination all by yourself, nobody else, and that's what you do.
I would love it. I could totally do it. Hands
Packing,
down.
flying,
Everything.
staying in the room,
Everything.
coming back. Yeah, you're part of the 33% of Americans then that say they'd rather take a solo trip with just them and their phone than to take a trip with another person.
No, now I don't pick myself over my family. I think you have to pick your family, right? So I pick my family first, but I am fine going by myself.
If you like your family, I know plenty of people who can't stand their family.
Yeah, I love my family. I love spending time with them, but I also really enjoy alone time. Being in radio, I've moved all over the country by myself. And so when I would move to a new town and I didn't know anybody, I would just go out by myself and I would hang out and I would do things by myself and eat by myself and go to movies by myself. And I loved it.
Okay.
I think the more time you spend with yourself, the more you can clear things in your head and talk to yourself and work out things and issues. And I think we all need a little more time of just by ourselves.
I think it's a fine line. I think a 2-day kind of excursion would be good. Anything else after that, I think, at least for me, I'd start getting weird. That solitude would start to get to me. I like being around people that I actually enjoy. So 48 hours now, I'd want to come back home.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Too much, 3-4 days. Now you're overthinking things.
A long trip by yourself might get a little sad and lonely towards the end.
I think everything depends upon like what your motivation is and what you're doing. And probably a big part of it is who you are. Now, I think about like certain things. Let's say you got a specific interest where you would really like to go to a destination. I'm just thinking about myself. Like, I like history and things like that. I go to a level sometimes with sightseeing and wanting to see things in different places that not a lot of people probably want to do.
I would do that with you. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
You
be
love
like,
history.
Yeah.
You love the backstory.
Yeah, because when we went to Israel, we broke off from the tour one day, and I took a group of about 4 or 5 of us around, and everybody's really into it for about 2 hours. And then the last 2 hours, they all revolted and wanted to kill me. They're like, what? Because I was walking like a maniac. I'm like, we got to get there to get here.
Guys,
and
the 13th century, this tomb.
They had enough. Yeah, they burn out. And so it was enough.
You were a little too Jesus extra.
There was a mutiny that was going on. But I was like, but I could see where it's like, you know what? Yeah, you guys go do your thing. Let me run off and do this, because I'm going to be like, if I came here and didn't do this, I'm going to be like, what a wasted opportunity. We could sit when we get home.
I'm debating this right now, actually, because you're taking a few days off coming up in a few weeks, Kevin, and I'm taking a few days off at the same time because I want to match our vacations up. But Panda can't get the days. Like, he can't get off till Friday. And I'm thinking about going to New Orleans a couple days early by myself.
Okay.
And just running around by myself. But how do I sell that to him?
Talk about it on the air first and don't discuss it with him. See how that goes.
Check.
All right. There you go. Should go great.
Then get people who agree with you and then show him the emails.
Yeah, have them call in. Yeah, Virginia. Screw Panda. You go.
No,
I'm just
screw
saying,
Panda.
But I'm just saying that's how it's going to go.
I just want to have a couple of days where I can just do what I want to do. You know?
Yeah, no, that's...
Go now.
They say 60% of people plan on taking a solo trip in the next 2 years. 60% of people. I mean, that's a lot. So a lot of people are wanting a little bit of solitude, maybe just connect with themselves and get away. And I think it's probably because when you're at home, you're inundated with kids, spouse. When you're anywhere else, it's work. And any place other than that, it's your phone.
I think the kid, the prodigy Suits, goes on little ship trips on his own, where he goes
I
on.
he went with his mom a lot.
I think he does both. I think he goes with his family. I think he does some solo trips as well.
What's he do with the cat?
He brings the cat with him. And oh, what a weekend. No, I'm just totally kidding. Totally kidding.
They say the top reasons people want to travel alone are to meet new people, explore new places, totally disconnect from their work and their life, and improve their independence and confidence.
I like to see stuff and not have to ask anybody's permission and run it by anybody. Like, just see things and notice things and look at things.
But when you guys travel, you don't do a lot of deep thinking. I do so much deep thinking on especially the traveling part. I just reevaluate your life and you think of everything, and I don't know. At least that's me. You guys don't get that way?
No, because I don't get a lot of alone time. I really only get it driving to and from work. I want more of it.
I think I would do this. Yeah, if it were a situation where it's like I was, gung-ho and really want to go in on something, and yeah, the Queen's not down with it, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, somebody said we went to Europe, and after the second day, I was done. By 1 week, I wanted to strangle her.
Oh.
And I can see that. If you go to a place and somebody's really into seeing all the sights and all these kind of like little things, and you're not on the same page, you will go nuts and be like, I can't take it.
It's kind of like when you go grocery shopping with somebody who you don't live with. I take my time with shopping. I like to look at the cereal. If you're not on the same page, it can be annoying. You got to be on the same page with everybody.
You're right. You ever try to travel with a big group?
It's the worst.
Oh, it's so bad.
Because there's always one complainer that doesn't want to do anything fun and is going to eat your food.
No, let's not go there. Let's go here.
They're usually the one that's not paying.
Yeah. So, yeah, people are saying, I get it. I just took a 2-week vacation with my sister, and it was horrible. Next time, I'm going alone.
I get it. I mean, if you don't connect and you don't travel well, luckily, I got some friends that we travel with, and we're always on the same page, and they let me do the planning because I'm a control freak. So if I can control it and do all the planning and everybody's just going along with my plan, it's fine. If someone else tries to plan, I'm like, oh, I can't believe it.
Well, that's just it. That's why people do it. Somebody said, I just went to London all by myself, and it was fantastic. I took it all in at my own pace, saw exactly what I wanted to see and when. So a lot more people are doing it. 60% in the next 2 years plan on doing a solo trip. There you go. After the Show podcast is going to be coming up here in just a bit, live on YouTube about 10 minutes after 10. You can watch it there or on demand anytime you want. But before we do that, Jaybird, wrap it all up with a thought today, my friend.
You don't need to go to every battle you're invited to.
Oh, that's true. That's true, yeah.
You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them. Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJ Show.